I don't know where the door leads, but it's locked. This isn't my room. Would you have a minute?
Of course! How can I help you?
What's behind the door at the end of the hall?
Over there at the back? Well, just a service closet. Tools, cleaners, clean towels. If you need anything, ask at the reception desk.
No, that's all right. I was just curious about the door.
Is that all, monsieur? I need to finish this work.
I won't be stalling you, thanks. Pardon me, I'd like to ask you a favor.
Sure, sir.
The electricity seems to be out in my room. Could you have a look at it?
Really? Strange. Before I began with the light here, I checked all the rooms in this hall.
I tried the chandelier as well as the outlets. They're all dead.
Camalard! Let's see. Most likely it's just a fuse. I'll fix it up right away.
Thanks, I'll wait outside. My hands are clean. There's only more cleaners inside it. The same sensor as those in the hall. I waited until the hotel got deserted and discreetly slipped back into the hall. There's no time to waste. They're likely to find out very soon that the alarm was false. Room 32. This is where they're staying. The keys to all the rooms in the hotel. The keys to all... Room 32. Great. Time to pay them a little visit before they return. The bed is empty and well made. I'll have a look under the bed. Looks like they left something behind in their haste. A numeric code, goddammit. What could the combination possibly be? Excellent. My luck has changed again. I won't let anybody take these away from me. Now I have to get lost, quickly. I don't want to bump into those guys with this in my hands. I bailed from the hotel quietly, calling a cab and setting off to the airport. A long flight to Mexico awaits me. The journey was very exhausting. I can barely stand on my feet. It took me quite some time to find George's shop in the tangle of the streets. George's junk shop. This must be the shop Francois spoke about. There's a note pinned to the door. I went to Rosie's. George. The water in the fountain certainly isn't drinkable. It stinks quite bad.
Hey, senor, step away from that door.
Is the pub closed? I can hear noise from inside.
Sure, it's open, but it's a private party.
I just want to kill my thirst. Doesn't this happen to be a pub?
Not a pub, senor. This is an orderly restaurant. No greasy boozer.
I've got plenty of money if that's where you're coming from.
Obviously, you're new around here, so I'll tell you how things work. Today is poker night. Only guests invited by Senora Rose herself are allowed to enter. Comprende? So come back tomorrow.
What if I'd like to play too?
Only local gamblers and their relatives can go in. And I don't know you, senor.
Let's see. How about I give you $30? How's that?
The gamblers give me 3 times as much just so that I make sure their play is undisturbed. But I suppose there is something you could do for me.
I'm listening.
Tell Isabella to come see me, and don't make an exception for once.
That should be a piece of cake. Where does she live?
It's the Yellow House. But watch out for her mother. She's a major headache.
Okay, I'll handle it.
Have you told Isabella to come over?
Not yet.
Come back after you talk to her then.
This one won't tell me much, it's a waste of time. Either nobody is at home, or they're all asleep.
Who the hell could this be after midnight? What do you want here, man? Do you happen to know what time it is? Who are you anyway?
That doesn't really matter. I've got a message for you. Well, more like for your daughter.
What do you want from my Isabella?
Jose sent me. He wants her to come over.
Jose? That hoodlum, that punk. Now what you suppose he could want from her in the middle of the night, eh? Tell him that Isabella does not work this late. She's asleep, like every other decent folk.
But I'm not asleep.
You're not going anywhere, you hear me? What does that crook want from her anyway? Did he care to tell you that?
Only that he wants her to come see him, nothing else.
Hey, maybe he's gonna give me the money he owes me from last week.
So on top of everything, he owes you, right? All right, then. Let's talk business. I'll let Isa out. But first you've got to bring my husband home. Before he gets to drink away everything he's got by himself. Comprende?
Hold on, I'm not going to serve as a messenger to everybody around here.
Well, either you get him here, or his money, or Isa isn't going anywhere.
You don't need to shout like that. I don't owe you anything, okay?
Excuse us, senor, but that drunk always gets me started.
So, how do I recognize this man of yours?
Easy. You can smell him from 100 yards away. And he sure isn't going to be lying around too far, that bastard. I'll wait here and see how you manage. Just go already.
Hey, man, can you hear me? Wake up! Will you wake up? It's no use, he sleeps as though he were dead.
What the hell is going on? Huh?
I was trying to wake you up, but it was no use any other way.
Wake me up? And why? For God's sake!
Your wife is looking for you.
That old shrew. That's why you're waking me up? Tell her, God damn lady to leave me alone.
Well, in fact, she's more after the money you got on yourself.
Yeah, I figured. She loved to swindle me out of my money completely. That's how it is.
So, give me what you're supposed to, and I'll bring it to her.
I got nothing. I drank it all away. Yeah, tonight was good night. You should have been there.
Listen to me. I need to get inside the pub, but the bouncer won't let me in until I bring a girl called Isabella, who in turn can't go out because her mother won't let her until I fetch the money you don't have. Got it?
Maybe.
That's what I expected. This isn't getting me anywhere. Do you at least have anything of value? Give it to me and I'll pay the money for you so that this whole silliness is over.
See, all I got left are my clothes.
Oh well, I don't think I can get anything out of him. Buenas noches then. You didn't help me much.
So, where did you leave him? Let me guess. He was so pissed drunk he couldn't stand on his own 2 feet.
I suppose you could say that, yes. But I've got the money.
What, did he give it to you? Just like that? Something's wrong.
Well, if you don't want it.
Hold it, right there. I didn't say that. Cover it up or I'll call somebody.
What? I'm bothering with a goddamn drunk, and now this? Ah, forget it. Here's the money.
It's more than I expected. It must have come from gambling. Good thing you brought it to me.
But it's my turn now.
Gracias, stranger. You can tell Jose that Isabella will come in an hour or so. And now leave me alone. I need to go back to bed. Gotta get up for the market or I won't sell anything. Buenas noches.
Don't mention it. I've done what you wanted. Isabella is going to come over.
You were lucky that her mother was asleep.
Yeah, she wasn't.
You've got to have a razor-sharp tongue to have convinced her.
Something like that. So can I go inside now?
No, you can't.
How come? We had a deal, didn't we?
Ah, a deal. See. But you'll have to excuse me, senor. I completely forgot about the admittance chief. I can't let you in without one. Today is a gambler's night, remember?
No token was mentioned. I'll bring it, but don't you even try to forget about something else.
Everybody who shows a cheaper token, I let in. That's how Rosie put it. I don't care how you obtain one, understand?
Comprende. You spent the whole evening at Rosie's, right?
Oh, you bet your ass I did. What a great night, huh?
So I suppose you've got the admittance token.
Sure.
They won't let me in without one. Will you give it to me?
Well, it's not like I still need it today. You're right on that one. Oh, what the hell? Take it. After all, you paid off my dad, huh? And have a tequila on me.
I've got the token. Let me in.
No problemo, senor. Welcome to Rosie's bar. Good luck with the game.
Maybe I'll have a couple of drinks, but not now. I need to sort out some accommodation for the night.
Care for a drink, senor?
Not really. I'm looking for some sort of accommodation. Do you offer any?
Did you happen to see a vagrant's welcome sign above the door or what? Hey, this is a fine restaurant, comprende?
Yeah, I've heard that one already. Do you have a room or not? Ah, man, I'm tired as a dog.
Get a drink or get out of my sight.
Okay, I'll take that as a no.
Una tequila, senor?
Do you have anything else besides tequila?
¿Qué?
Like beer, for instance? I suppose you do have beer, right?
What, my tequila ain't good enough for you? Yeah, it's got the best flavor in town. Homemade.
I'd much rather have a well-cooled beer.
Ugh. A real man drinks tequila.
I don't want to get drunk, I'm just thirsty.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't you try a fruit drink bar then?
Invaluable advice, really. Where could I find George?
He's sitting right over there. The obviously thirsty one with an empty glass. You can't miss him, senor. Just follow the tequila stench.
Thanks.
How about a tequila?
Not yet.
Ah, I guess you're new around here, right? I can tell. Let's have a drink together?
No thanks, I don't want to drink now. My name is Martin Holana. I've come from Europe and I'm looking for accommodation. We have a common friend. He told me to look you up.
So, who's this person you're talking about?
Francois de Wilde.
Ah, well then, any friend of Francoise's is a friend of mine. How's my old pal doing?
I'd rather not talk about that now.
That's all right. I have quite a bit of tequila in me already. But tomorrow you'll tell me about him, agreed?
Sure, but now I'd really like to get some sleep. I've been traveling for over 20 hours.
That won't be a problem. I've got a free room.
So can we leave?
Yeah, why not? I've had enough anyway. Follow me, Martin. So, here we are. The room is upstairs. It's nothing special, but hopefully it will do. Here's the key.
Thanks. How much do I owe you?
Oh, forget about that. You're my guest.
Thanks. I'll go straight to bed.
See you tomorrow.
Lots of juicy fruit. Later, I might take some to my room before I go to sleep. The shelf is full of pond stuff. Most of it is useless junk. A museum piece. I doubt that it still works.
Greetings. Did you sleep well?
As if I were on a cloud. The journey from Europe seemed endless.
Yeah, once I can believe that. So why have you come to Mexico, my friend?
That's a long story.
And what about Francois? I haven't heard about him in 100 years or so.
Well, you see, unfortunately, Uncle Francois is not among us anymore.
Ah, I'm very sorry to hear that. He was a very good friend to me for many years. But that's the way life goes, I guess. Everybody must go at some point in time. Why haven't you told me right away that you're his nephew?
Well, I didn't think the time was right for that.
True. But I also had my head full of tequila yesterday. Thanks for reminding me. I think I'll spend the evening reminiscing about the good old days. If you need anything, just let me know.
I've read in a certain very old journal about the Temple of Jaguar. Would you happen to know exactly where that is?
Ah, you forget you're talking to an old traveler and adventurer, my friend. Sure, I'll describe the location of the temple to you. Listen carefully.
Got it, thanks a lot.
Ah, don't mention it.
My uncle told me about the Temple of Dawn. Do you know where I'd find it?
Oh, of course. We went there together with Francois. It seems like it was just yesterday. Do you happen to have a map of some sort?
Here.
I'll mark its position for you. Follow the road to the west, then along the river as far as to the waterfall. You can't miss it, even from the great distance. It towers high over the whole valley.
Oh, this should do for me. I'll find it. There is nothing to talk about. Just more fruit.
Sir is a tourist, see? I've got everything for senior tourists like you. Old statues and talismans, everything very old and authentic.
Right.
Just look around. I got everything you can imagine. Or would you rather care for something to eat?
No thanks, but I kinda like that statue over there. It looks old. Where'd you get it?
Everything is old. Everything is authentic. See.
I'll take it. How much does it cost?
$30. It is very old. $30, see?
30's too much. I'll give you 10.
$20. The statue is authentic and very old, see?
Okay, $20.
Why don't you take these granules for free? They make for a very good oil. Burns nice.
Here's the money. Keep the granules to yourself.
Muchas gracias, señor.
Dried fruit, spices, and decorated vases. Nothing for me. It looks old. That's why I bought it in the marketplace. We have nothing to talk about. Just garbage and some empty bottles from the pub. I will return later. I have more important things to do now. I need to go to the Temple of Dawn, but I don't have any means of transportation arranged, and there's no way to get there by foot. I noticed a Jeep outside. Do you happen to know who it belongs to? I'd like to rent it.
It's mine. Just borrow it. It's been quite some time since somebody last drove it. I'd love to go with you, just like it was the old days. But I must stay in the shop.
I understand. Thanks for the Jeep.
No problem.
I followed the path as George described it, and soon the silhouette of the monumental Temple of Dawn was before me.
Hi there, friend. My name's Archie. Well, it's Archibald, in fact, but call me Archie. Have you come to admire the beauty of the temple, too?
Yes, I suppose you could say that.
This place is wonderful, don't you think? It's also exciting and monumental. You know, I longed to go on this journey for years. I managed to save some money and, well, here I am at last. It's too bad Alice couldn't join me for this wonderful trip. I mean, my wife, Alice. You see, she just loves Mexico.
How come you're alone here?
I got a bit delayed. The others already left. Hey, just occurred to me. Could I ask you for a favor? Oh, you see, my wife and I would be extremely delighted if I could at least bring back a picture of that pyramid. You know, she having to stay home and all. Come on.
Well, what prevents you from taking it?
I've already shot 2 rolls of film on the pyramid and its surroundings, but I'd like a picture of the inside, too. That would be a real gem to us.
I'd be glad to help you with that, but I've got enough problems of my own.
Come on, mate. It won't cost you anything, and you'll make my wife so happy. She was looking forward to coming here so much, and then had to stay home. She's sick, you see.
Why don't you take the picture yourself anyway?
That archaeologist has given me an hard time. He won't even talk about letting me take photographs in the pyramid. But maybe you could convince him.
Okay then, I'll try, but I'm not promising anything, agreed?
Great! Oh, that's amazing! I really appreciate it. Hey, when you're back, I'll give you something in return. Something I found not far away from that smaller pyramid.
All right, wait here, but it's gonna take me a while.
No problem. There's no way I'd leave without that picture anyway.
Good day.
More like a pretty hot day. Where have you come from? You don't look as if you've been here long.
Yes, I arrived yesterday. My name is Martin.
And my name is Pierre. I work here together with Paul and Pedro, our assistant. We've only been here for about a month, not having received our grant too long ago.
And have you found anything interesting yet?
Everything I find is interesting to me. When I imagine I am the first man after thousands of years to hold these things, that's really an amazing feeling.
Oh, I can certainly relate to that. But I have to go now. I don't want to stall you. Good luck with your work here.
Thanks.
There is nothing to talk about. Miscellaneous objects from the site, mostly pottery. Most likely they'll end up in a museum after they've been restored. Greetings. How's work going?
Well, I guess it would be much better if the weather wasn't this hot. Goddamn forest. Why does the way to the treasure always have to be the worst one? And those mosquitoes, they drive me nuts. One doesn't get to take proper rest even at night.
The way to the treasure?
What? Is that what I say? It must be the heat and all. I mean, the path to knowledge. Archaeology is a beautiful science, am I right?
Certainly, but I don't think it suits you too well. No offense intended.
What you mean?
Take those clothes of yours, for instance. This is your first time in a forest, isn't it?
Well, that's because of my allergy. And none of your business, really. Don't you want something to drink instead of chit-chat?
No, I wouldn't.
A pity. And my tongue tends to stick to my palate all the time.
What's that you're working on, anyway?
We're uncovering the grave of a Mayan king.
What, here? A little inappropriate place, isn't it? You don't know too much about archaeology, do you?
I'm digging 5 feet in the ground, cleaning rocks with a brush, and it seems to you that I don't know what I'm doing?
Exactly. Mayan kings would not be buried in the ground. Can you see this huge thing right next to us? It's called a pyramid. And this is where the Mayan kings lie.
Okay, you're right. Archaeology isn't exactly my cup of tea. Frankly, I find it pretty annoying. In fact, I'm sick of it.
So, what are you doing here?
Very well then. I'll tell you why I'm here. It's not like I can do this on my own anyway. But not a word to anyone else about this. Is that clear?
I'll keep my mouth shut.
I didn't come to dig through this filth. I'm not loco like those other two. I am here to get rich so that I can spend the rest of my life doing nothing. And this pyramid holds more gold than I have ever dreamed of.
Okay. I'll tell you something, too. My only goal here is to get inside that pyramid.
Sounds like we can help each other out, eh?
Works for me.
But I get the larger share.
I'm not interested in gold.
What? You expect me to believe that?
Well, it's a long story. You'll just have to believe me.
All right, suits me. Listen up. I think I know how to get inside. I found a type of opening mechanism.
Okay, we'll do it tonight. I have no time to waste.
Agreed. The sooner I disappear, the better. Come to the temple entrance after nightfall. I will be waiting.
I'll be there.
Stop talking to me now before my colleague becomes suspicious.
Who's this Pedro? Does he belong to your group?
Well, not really. He's only joined us as an assistant. He doesn't really follow archaeology, but he works on zero pay, so he's just here with us.
A bit strange that he works for free, isn't it?
He's an amateur, but he says archaeology is a great hobby to him. Well, if he wants to learn something, why not?